Alright, you guys, I'm back. I wanted to share something else, okay? Now, when I first started the journey, not going to say the journey, but when I first came on YouTube, I was a Christian, okay? Yes, you guys. So let me throw a disclaimer out here already. I'm going to be talking about all types of stuff. I am going to be talking about religion, spirituality, you know, and my thoughts on all those things and where it has taken me and where I'm at today. So if you can't take it, then go ahead. Or if it's going to bother you, make you have attitude or anything of that nature, go ahead and just click on another video, click off of this video, or click on the YouTube sign up there and go back to the beginning page and find something else. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, I started a Christian, and I was seeking truth, you know, because I saw discrepancies in the Bible. I wasn't understanding. It wasn't matching up, you know, with what I felt in my heart. What nobody was telling me was sufficing. So I had to start. I said, you know what, God, I need to know the truth. I'm sick of this shit. I need to know your truth and your truth only. Thus become, somebody said, I was talking about, oh, I was at work, and I was like, I'm so tired of my natural hair. It's just driving me so crazy. And she was like, well, girl, one of my coworkers was like, well, why don't you go on YouTube? I said, YouTube? What is a YouTube? Mind you, I wasn't into the internet. You know, just to send emails and stuff like that, that's all I did. I didn't know nothing about social media, okay? I didn't do Facebook. It sounded bizarre to me. So I was like, what is Facebook? I mean, not Facebook, but I knew what Facebook was. But I was like, what is YouTube? And she was like, you ain't never heard of YouTube? Look at me like, yeah, you old. I'm like, no, I'm not old. I'm just like 32. So she was telling me about YouTube and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was hooked. I was addicted. Like all hair videos. I went through so many products, went through so much stuff, and my hair was ridiculous, right? So then I happened to come across this video. It was about how Arab women was treated over, you know, in their countries, and like, she lived in this big old palace, but she was treated like a peasant or something. I'm just like, wow, because you had to be 18 to watch the video. I didn't have a channel. I said, that's how the Master Headhunter came back. I was sitting, it was on a Saturday, and I was at work, and it was slow as hell. And I was like, what am I going to do? Because I work in the doctor's office. And I was like, what am I going to do? I'm bored, you know. And that's how I came across the video, and I was like, oh, what am I going to call this channel? The Master Headhunter. Oh, okay, I like that. That was the name of the channel. And I got into politics first. The symbolisms and, you know, how they was using them in Hollywood and in the music industry and the beauty industry and the TV and social security numbers and UCC codes and law by Black Law Dictionary. And I started learning how we was all slaves and Federal Reserves. Mind you, I'm still a Christian, and I was making videos about people need to get right with Jesus. And then I came across another school of thought where I started learning about black people and who we really were. And we were the Moors, and we were the Egyptians. We was all over the world. We was the Indus Valley civilization. We indigenous to this country. And I'm like, oh my God, why did I ever lose my Native American heritage for these black people? And blah, blah. I mean, I went through so much different shit. I went through hell. Okay. Because I didn't have any main teacher there, I could only rely on the teachers I was running across, which was on YouTube, and I would Google as much as I could about everybody. So I started buying books and researching, but I will be honest and say the one person still to this day, and he's not even making videos right now, I believe, because of the illness that is falling upon him, or that part that's falling upon him, is Bobby Hammett. You know, I still can stick with what he was saying. But my point is this. What I did learn Oh, yeah, I gotta unbutton my pants. They was too tight. Because where I was sitting. And I had pulled them all the way up. Anyway, what I have learned when I was in religion, I did learn some good things reading the Bible, okay? I learned how to have standards, how to have dignity. You know, I learned what humility looks like. You know, I learned how to love people better. You know, I stopped cussing. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking, y'all. I stopped going to the clubs. I wasn't doing nothing. No smoking no weed, no cigarettes. Now, I quit cigarettes in 2011 for sure. Done deal. You know. But I wasn't doing anything. But I was bored, you know. I wasn't having sex. It was killing me. You know what I mean? I never understand it. I'm like, God, what kind of shit is that? We can't have sex down here? What? Till we married? What? You know, but hey, that was the only deal breaker for me. You know, I couldn't. It was hard. It was hard. I tamed it, but it was hard. You know, so for about a year, yeah, before I met my husband, I wasn't doing nothing. You know, so it was just, I learned a lot in there, you know, but, you know what I mean, it was still something missing for me, you know what I mean, and I started venturing out. I got mad at Jesus and white folks, and I was pissed when I started learning all these different truths and stuff. Out knowledge, I was pissed. How dare these white people do us like this? What in the... You knew about slavery, but you didn't know about that. I was like, what the fuck? That's how I felt, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I was pissed. And I was hating, and the hate was consuming me, y'all. It was turning me into an old crone, a biddy. I couldn't deal with it. You know, I be hearing my big sis. I love watching her Faces of Omega Duchess. Faces of Omega Duchess. I think that's, oh, she be having me cracking up. She's in her 50s, and she is so pretty, you guys. She looks good. But, her skin looks good. You know what I mean? And I love her style, you know. She cusses, you know, so if you don't like that, just stay away from it. But other than that, love her. That don't bother me, because I can still get the message out of all that. That don't bother me. I be cracking up while I be watching her. You know, but anyway, she talk about being an old, not how not to be an old biddy. You know, but I was like, found myself getting hateful, you know, and it was, you know, I felt like that. And I looked in the mirror one day and I was like, oh God, who is that? What the fuck? I said, oh, I gotta do something about this. I can't go out like this. This is not my exit. You know, so I had to get all that hate out of my system, you guys. And I'm be honest, it's just been like, again, the most hurt that I've received in this lifetime has been from black people. The rules are the rules. We're the children of slaves. I mean, what the hell? We still enslaved. Okay? So that is what it was. But the most hurt I've received is from my own kind. Telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Just like when I started running across people on YouTube trying to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about when I was sharing what I knew or my wisdom. Telling me, you know, I wasn't good enough for this, or you look like the slave master's child, or, you know, and it was just, my self-esteem wasn't feeling really good. So, you know, I mean, a couple people laugh. That should hurt my feelings, you know. If somebody said and they said, oh, such as LOL, ha, 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 ha. I was like, wow! You know, but I got that fire in me, y'all, and it was brewing. But I was hurt. I was hurt because I had been lied to. Nobody ever told me that much. You know, so I had built a wall around myself, and, you know, I pretended to let people in. You know, some people I actually did let them in, and I got hurt. Like driving all the way across country, meeting somebody, like, someone told me to stay my ass at home. I just had to come out here. And when I think about the shit that could have went wrong, Oh, you guys, I'm gonna tell y'all probably would have thought I was crazy. I was so thankful. I was like, thank you, Grandma, thank you, Granddaddy, thank you, Great Grandma, thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Auntie, this watching over me, thank you, girl, because you know I didn't know about it. No, I panic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. And I'm sure people really can't tell the difference, with me not being a Christian anymore and, with me being spiritual. I don't have a certain spiritual practice that I practice right now. One thing I do use is I, deal with my ancestors, and I also deal with the elements. I'm learning how to deal with the Orishas. So those are the things that are working for me. I no longer use prayer in that manner. You know what I mean? I do give thanks every morning, and I do give thanks at night. I'm more conscious about how I treat this body. So I do things still. You know what I mean? In ritual manner. Where I have an altar and I may kneel when I'm in communication, with the spiritual realm, with the Most High element, with the Most High energy, sorry. So, yeah, I have practices, but, I'm just not into, I'm elevated to something else. It's not demonic, and it's not bad at all. It's been giving me energy. You know what I mean? And I had to learn how to pull on old energy. Ancient energy, when I need it. Some people use God and Jesus, and that works fine for them, and that's fine for them. I'm not going to take anybody, I was so wrong. I'm not going to take anybody's experience or anybody's point of view, their school of thought. I'm never going to do that again. I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power not to do that, not to make anybody feel bad, like they don't know what they're doing or what they're doing is wrong. Leave everybody alone as it's not affecting me personally. Of course, I will always continue to stand up for righteousness and, what needs to be justice, really. But I still have this philosophy right now where, let me not call it philosophy, but I keep to myself. And that works for me, and that continues to work for me. Like I said, I started moving too far beyond myself, looking for things, and I was reaching outside of myself. You know how when they talk about in the metaphysical community, looking outside yourself. Now I understand that, okay, because I've been through it. I was reaching outside myself for love, reaching outside myself for friendship, reaching outside myself for comfort, reaching outside myself for saving, reaching outside myself, doing things, trying to be other people's saviors, reaching outside myself instead of reaching to myself, the strength that comes from the Most High. You know what I mean? So I've learned to accept who I am. I communicate with the universe, I operate a lot in the feminine energies. I keep communication with the ladies. You know what I mean? And those are things that I choose to do that are helpful to me. Because the ladies were the ones who guided me into certain knowledge, after I came across a certain type of knowledge, ancient knowledge, and I was guided into the rest. What I did was I took the steering wheel and took off and tried to go somewhere else when I should have just stayed in that aspect of where I was going, you know what I mean, listening to other people. So that's what I do, and I don't press that off on. I'm not going to say this is the right way and the only way. I'm not going to tell you that. This is just the way that's working for me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't knock anything anybody does. I'm not mad at the church anymore. I'm not mad at none of that. To each his own. But I'm not gonna be out here just broadcasting shit that I do, intimately. You know what I mean? I'm not about to just be showing you. At first, I wanted to share so much in my life. That's why I got a vlog channel now. But I'm not gonna be sharing that intimate stuff. But you know what I mean. It's gonna be for comedy You know, I'm going to share parts of my life, which is not extremely exciting, but, you know, I do have some very funny moments. You know, and I just want to share that. But on the other aspect, I've learned to be more personal with myself, you know, and to not unveil too much of me. You know what I mean? But I was looking outside myself for everything, you know, and didn't even realize that's what I was doing, you know. So, am I mad at the experience? No, because I'm look where I'm at. I'm in a better place, you know. I've been elevated, you know. I feel so activated, you know what I mean? I feel upgraded, you know. I just feel good, you know, all the way around, and I'm so thankful. You know, I'm so grateful, you know, for my husband, you know, because I was making him the enemy. You know what I mean? And now I'm learning what a marriage, you know, what it takes to make a marriage work. You know, I'm learning how to get along. We get along, you know, we respect each other's space. You know, we learn how to spend time together. You know, so it's a process, and you have to grow together. You know, but first I was missing my single life. It was so many of y'all coming on here talking about being single, and I was married, and I thought I had hit the this is what I've been wanting all my life, and then I'm like, oh, I'm looking outside of myself. This is what I wanted to do. I had to remember and sit down. Did anybody put you here in this predicament? No. Who made the decision? Me. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I created this reality. I can't say that's true for everybody, but this reality I created. And that's when I realized I have control of my life through the energy that runs through me from the Most High. Okay? I have the universal energy, you know, so therefore I can do all things. You know, of course, in churches, in Christians, they say I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me, okay? The Christ energy that's flowing through me. You know what I mean? So if you want to look at it like that, you can look at it like that. I can do all things through that energy which strengthens me. Okay, so, yeah. That's pretty much where I'm at with that. I'm not judgmental about anybody's beliefs because, like I said before, we all are on a different level. I got caught up in the rip and listening to other people. I got caught up, you know. So I'm growing, I'm learning. I've come a long way in such a short time, so I'm thankful for that, you know. And I'm also thankful that I exercise humility and just finally just let go. You know, I'm so stubborn, y'all. I am such a stubborn Taurus, but I'm also very cautious. And I was operating in a lot of fear. Because like I said, once I learned that information, it was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to live? How am I going to live a normal life? How am I going to be able to have fun? How am I going to enjoy myself? And then you see videos where men telling women they shouldn't wear makeup. You shouldn't wear this. Shouldn't wear heels. Shouldn't do this. Shouldn't wear wigs. Shouldn't do this. Shouldn't dress like this. Shouldn't do this. Or you should do... And it's just like, look here, goddamn y'all. You know. But I'm learning so much. You know what I mean? And like a year ago, I came across some information. I was studying ancient Egypt and Kemet, okay. And I came across some information that opened up a spiritual door for me, and I was able to see some things, okay. And I made a video about it, and I looked back at the video. My husband said, you tripping, don't make no video like that. They ain't ready for that. They ain't ready for that information. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what kind of rebuttal I'll get. You know what I mean? Because we're at a point where a lot of us are waking up and learning our glorious past. And it's like, you don't really want to put a damper on it. And I was afraid, and I shouldn't have been afraid, but I was. And I saw a video. Someone sent me on Facebook a video. It took me, I just not got on Facebook not too long ago, earlier this year. And I barely even use it, you know what I mean? I'm not using it right now. But if any of you guys are curious, I believe it's called Kali Headhunter. But anyway, I can't remember, someone sent me a video. This guy called Unplug 'em, and he was talking about how the priesthood was using homosexuality and they was controlling us. Yeah, they were. And they're still doing it today with homosexuality, you know, between them, bestiality, any kind of stuff that, you know, secrets. That's why they're called secret societies. They hold secrets. And I was like, I should have put my video out. But you know what? I wasn't ready. It's a lesson learned. It's all good. You know, but yeah, that's the priesthood is the ones. The booty brothers and sisters. But, you know, they're the ones. They always have done that. You know, it's always been, you know, that, I mean, I ain't going to say always been, but after Mew, which was the beginning, after that is, yeah, because this was all one place. It wasn't no such thing as continents or anything like that. It was all one place. And they call it Pangea, I think now. But everything separated because that so-called flood, the deluge, and everything separated. I'm not going to say so-called, but the deluge, and they call it the flood in some places. Yeah, but it was all one. I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, it was all one people. But after that, yeah, sometime after that, when everything was separated, that's when your priesthood, yeah, and that's another reason why they went all over the world teaching knowledge to uncivilized people, because some of us ran them out of Kemet, and yeah, it didn't go very well. I saw, yeah, let me shut up, but it didn't go in very well, so, yeah, but anyhow, I say all this to say that be careful whose pulpit you are standing on the other side of. You know, be careful what mosque you are in. You know, be careful what temples you go to. Be careful what mass you go to. Okay, just be careful. You know, be careful what spiritual systems you get yourself involved in, because if you're not ready, if you don't know anything about it, if you're weak, it will take over you, okay? You know, just be true to yourself. Just let your spirit guide you where you are supposed to go. If your spirit wants you to be a vegan, be a vegan. And then if your spirit turns around to you one day, let it go, let's do something else. Don't argue with the spirit. That's everybody's problem. We argue with our spirit. And then we want to argue religion and politics, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff, but you arguing with the spirit. If the spirit tells you to stop doing something, stop doing something. That's you fighting against your blueprint, yourself. That's telling you. You know, your soul tells you which way to go. You ain't listening. And it uses the spirit to speak to you. So if we're not paying attention, you'll be caught up in some stuff, no matter if you're in church, if you at the mosque, or you can be in the temples, you can be in the Roman Catholic Church, which is still church, or you could be in a witch's cove, or anywhere. It just depends. You just have to be careful. You know, if you want to practice Wicca, or if you want to dabble or read about it, you do it. Don't feel no shame. And see, that's the difference I noticed. Before I was a Christian, I didn't have shame in what I did. I did what I did. It was what it was. I used to wear the shortest skirts, the shortest shorts, the tightest this. I was not ashamed. Okay? Had sex whenever I wanted to, with whoever I wanted to, was not ashamed. So why am I ashamed of things now that I do? You know, if I want to eat a piece of chicken, I'm going to eat a piece of chicken. And I know all the consequences. I know all that, but I clean out. And not only do I clean out, but I don't let my mind overtake who I really am, if that makes any sense. You know, but just be careful, because do what you want to do, but just be mindful and be cautious about what you're doing, okay, and who you're doing it with or around. You know, have your spiritual beliefs. Have your spiritual wisdom. If you want to have religious beliefs, have it. That's your choice. We all have choices. It's just we all make different choices. That's the only difference between all of us. We all make different choices. We all pick different choices, okay? I think all the choices are laid out in front of us all, but we have different choices. We pick differently. You know, we choose differently. You know, we all come here to accomplish something. You know what I mean? So stay protected. If that's prayer, keep yourself protected in prayer. You know, when I see a need, I will lift up spiritual prayer for someone. I will. And I'll let them know. I'll keep you lifted up in prayer. Because I'm going to intercede. If I'm feeling arrogant, I'll say, you know, I will go have intercession for you. I mean, I'm not meaning that literally being arrogant, but, you know, if I'm feeling my spiritual self, I'll say, I'll go intercede on your behalf. And I'll leave it at that. That's better than getting caught up in politics. You see what I'm saying? Because they even say that in church. Intercessory prayer. Okay? So, it is the same things, just under religious doctrines. Okay? That's all. That's all. But anyhow, I'm just loving being myself. And, you know, I had to stop hating white folks. You see what I'm saying? It was consuming me. I've had bad experiences. You know, I can't change what has already happened before I got here. But I can change how I react and how I deal with it while I'm here. You know, so, yeah, you guys, I've changed a lot in my life. I've changed my food, how I eat again. No, I'm not a raw vegan. I'm kind of like a pescatarian / vegetarian. I do eat raw at times. You know, I've learned how to fast. Well, I started not learn, but I started incorporating fasting again in my life. I started having my spiritual time in the mornings again. You know, like I said, I had to make a lot of adjustments. You know what I mean? And I had to make a lot of changes. I like drinking my beer. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't good for me. You know, I'm not gonna tell you I'll never drink beer again, but I had to let it go for now because I gotta clean up my life. You know. I was only got to have a drinking habit like that because I don't have nothing else to do but sit around all day, and I was drinking, watching videos, drinking, researching, drinking, studying, reading, research. You know what I mean? So I didn't have nothing to do. And I started feeling sorry for myself because I was looking outside of myself and comparing myself, judging myself against others. So anyway, you guys, I'm out. It's my second video for the day up here. And I'm out of here. So, much love later, you guys. Peace. Much love.